Hi, I am Denali. That's Little Bit, and this is Midnight Makes, my little crafty corner of the internet. So today we are doing a podcast update. I forgot to look at what number we're on. Oops. I have not filmed a podcast video in a hot minute, so I have a whole lot to show. There's that pile, there's that pile, and then there's another pile that you can kind of see there. So I'm hoping that I can do this semi-quickly. It might be a long episode. Get yourself a drink. I've got a Lotus plant-powered energy. I'm normally a Red Bull girl, but my husband's friend has been sending these home with him. He's a coworker, but he's been sending them home for me to try, and I actually really love the Lotus ones. So plant powered, they're a little bit better for you than Red Bull, you know. But this is the mango mandarin infused one, and yes, so catch up. So today is May 21st. Sorry, I had to look at my calendar. Today is May 21st, and this probably is not going to go up for like another week. I had been hoping to record earlier in the week so that I could get it uploaded this weekend. But today's my son's last day of school. Tomorrow we leave for a long Memorial Day weekend in Fairbanks, so it's going to be a hot minute before I can edit this. I will not be able to edit it this afternoon because I have not done any prep for vacation. No packing, no nothing. So I got to get my crap together and do it this afternoon. So I am just getting this filmed so that it's out of the way. And then as soon as I get back next week, I can sit down and edit. I apologize if you see me hiccuping during this. I just finished lunch and I get really hiccupy afterwards. So yeah. Quick reintroduction if you're new to the channel. I'm Denali, like I said. I live in Anchorage, Alaska with my husband, my son, and our little aquarium and our sausage dog. We have like a whole aquarium store at this point in our home, including an axolotl who is sitting behind you, and I will put in a video of her or a photo. Actually, one of my favorite photos I will pop in. It's where she's staring at me and she looks like she's about to kick my butt if I don't give her a worm right now. So I am a knitter, crocheter, cross stitcher, sewist. I have been knitting the longest, and I do a lot of knitting, but I'm also currently trying to build up my own me-made wardrobe with sewn clothes, which you're going to see a lot of because this month has been very heavy sewing for me. Me-made May has been going on. I'm not wearing anything me-made today. I have bracelets made by my son, a necklace made by my dad, but I'm not wearing anything me-made because I am in my Totoro PJ pants and a tank top, and I've been doing pretty good with me-made May, like wearing my made stuff, but I've been terrible. Like, I have not posted at all online of my me-made stuff. It happens. I just have not had the desire to post, or memory to post. So yes, I also crochet, cross stitch. Like I said, I've got a couple cross stitches, quite a few crocheting projects, and other things to know about me if you're new. I have anxiety, depression, insomnia, so it's a show over here. Oh, I also have ADHD, so if I get distracted, I apologize. I try to cut out me staring off into space trying to remember things, but sometimes I leave it in. So, all right, we are 6 minutes in. That's enough intro. And like I said, grab a drink, grab a project, and let's get going. So we're going to start with my finished objects, which I have a whole lot of. The first one I'm going to show was actually in my last episode, was a plan. I had the yarn, which was Cascade Superwash, I think 220, in the color lavender. I had the yarn, but I didn't have the pattern yet because it was a test knit and she hadn't emailed it yet. She emailed it shortly after I finished vlogging or filming, and I did it. So this is the Relaxed Raglan by Alicia Plummer. It is it's supposed to be a very oversized relaxed fit raglan design sweater. It's very hard to show the whole thing because I am so close to the camera. There's random threads from sewing on this. So I opted to do in the pattern, she recommends ease from so many inches to so many inches. I opted for the max amount of ease that she suggests in the pattern. And I absolutely love it. I will insert photos of me wearing it. We went to Denali National Park a couple weekends ago, and I got photos of this. I have worn this so many times since. If you watched my video that I posted last weekend, which will be the video before this, I was wearing this in that video when I went thrifting. So like I said, I've worn it so much. It is so comfy. I love this yarn. I love this color. I want another one in a darker color. This is an accurate view of the color. It's comfy, it's cozy. I love just throwing it on over a pair of leggings or jeans and just wearing it out. The pattern is not available yet. The test knit's not done with, but it will be available eventually. If you're interested to see when it comes out, you can follow me on Instagram, and I will post photos of me wearing it when it's released. You can also, Alicia Plummer is who does this pattern. I did not knit it longer than suggested, but I kind of overblocked it, so it's a little bit longer than suggested in the pattern, which actually works perfect because it kind of covers my butt. But that was just me overblocking it. But yeah, I love it. I have been wearing this sweater so much. It's probably gonna on track to be one of my most worn sweaters because I have been wearing it constantly. Where are we gonna put stuff we've already talked about? I'll make a pile over here, and it's gonna be a mess, and I'm gonna have to clean up. Okay, so the next project I will show is a cross stitch. So this is my year in jars. This is a free monthly pattern from Snailfish's Stitches. She's releasing 1 jar per month on her website. April's was probably my favorite. I absolutely love the rain clouds and the rain. Super cute. This counts as a finish because April's is done. I haven't done May's. I downloaded the pattern, but to be honest, cross stitching just has not been something that I've been wanting to do lately. I have another cross stitch that I'm going to show, but other than doing this jar in April and then doing a little bit on that other cross stitch, which will be in my WIP pile, I'm not cross stitching. But I'm loving this pattern. I don't know how many I'm going to go across. So far she has released January through May. June's will be out the beginning of June. She's also released a birthday jar, which my birthday's in July, so I'm going to put the birthday jar next to July's jar. But I haven't decided how many across I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do 5. I don't know. Haven't decided. Okay, I apologize. I had to sneeze. Our leaves are finally starting to come out here. Are finally starting to come out here, and which means allergy season is underway, which is also causing me dry eye issues. And I put eye drops in before I started filming. I don't think they did anything. This eye is super dry, so I apologize if you see me messing with it. Okay. My next finish is a quote block. This is a English paper piecing quote block, all hand sewn, and this is the Patchwork of the Crosses pattern by Lucy Boston. I think that's her name. I plan to do more of these. I have no plans whatsoever of what I'm gonna do with this square, but I'm doing quilt blocks and they're fun. These are all fat quarters that I got at a local yarns fabric store, except for the inside ones. The inside ones are fabric that I picked up at an estate sale. I got a huge tub of quilt fabric, so I picked those up. I also, in another estate sale, got 2 huge tubs of apparel fabric, which was a steal. 25 bucks for 2 massive, the black with the yellow lid buckets, tote buckets that you can get at Lowe's. 2 of those. So, but yes, I love this one. Again, it's all English paper piecing. My papers are still in there, obviously. I'm debating turning this into a bag or something. I don't know. I haven't really decided, but I love it. It's all hand sewn. I do enjoy hand sewing when I'm making quilt blocks like these, like the English paper piecing. But if you ask me to hand sew finishing on clothing, it's going to take me months to get it done. Speaking of, my next finish is this top, which was finished in last episode, like kind of finished. Except for I needed hand sewing. I needed to hand sew the facing down in certain spots and hand sew the buttons on. Normally when I'm sewing, I sew the buttons on with my sewing machine, but these are shank buttons, so I don't know how to do shank buttons on a sewing machine. I don't even know if you can. So I had to hand sew those on, hand sew facing in place. Yeah, this is the pattern. It's a Simplicity pattern, but it's a Patterns by Gertie, and it's a like 1950s style. and I did view C. So I was undecided on what size that I was gonna do, and I sized up because I'm pear-shaped, so my hips are my widest part of my body, and I should have nice. We're just gonna tuck that thread that I forgot to trim out of the way. I sized up. I should have graded it, the bust size being one size, and grading it. I didn't do that. I just wanted to cut the pattern straight. That was a mistake on my part. This doesn't fit very well. I have a hard time keeping it up on my body, so I definitely should have sized, either done the other size. I think I could have gotten away with the smaller size around, you know, the lower area. It would have been a little tight at the bottom, but this is the type that I would tuck into high-waisted pants. So I definitely should have used the smaller pattern. I have not worn this since I finished it, just because it's not really my size. I think I'm gonna go in eventually and take in the side seams, but the only problem there is the shoulders, and there is a facing, so I don't know. It's definitely one that is going to go in the pile of I need to alter this. I love this fabric. I got it at our local fabric store. We have a fabric store opened about a year ago, and they sell a lot of, they sell quilt fabric, but they also sell fashion fabric for clothing, and it's like the only place in town where you could get actual fashion fabric. Michaels has started carrying some, but not great. But this is a cotton. It's beautiful, but it does need to go in the alterations, refashion pile. I do like it, but it's just, the fit's not great. It has trouble staying up on my shoulders. The shoulders are also too wide, which is saying something because I have pretty wide shoulders, but these are too wide. So yeah, this is going to go in the alterations pile. Okay, my next finish are two hats. These were, I also had these in the last vlog, our podcast, good Lord. And these are the Melt the Ice hats, that are the anti-ice hats. They're based off of the hats that Norwegians used to wear during Nazi occupation during World War II, to show they were, as a political statement about not following them, so, the bad guys. So this is the first one that I made. This was knit with Lion Brand Woolies. It's a wool acrylic blend in a maroon color. Then I went to the yarn store, and of course when I went, everybody was knitting these, so there was like no red to be seen in the yarn store. But they did have this fun one, and it's a, I don't remember the name of this yarn, but it is a blown yarn, so it's, the core is one color and then the blown part is another color, so it has this like black haze to it. My son loved this color, so he decided that he wanted his Melt the Ice hat in this. I also have one more Melt the Ice hat to make. It was for my husband, but summer came. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Warmer weather came. It's kind of spring here, kind of. It's rainy and gross. And I didn't feel like working on it, so I will probably make my husband's in the fall. So for now, I only have 2 of those. Okay, my next project is a Granny Barocca bag. I like to crochet in bed before I go to sleep. It's calming, and usually I do patterns that don't require any brain power, so I will read and crochet, and it helps wind me down. So I did this. This is the Loops and Threads dishcloth yarn. Cotton, all cotton yarn. It's very crunchy, but it's pretty much like Peaches and Cream or Lily Sugar and Cream. But I made the, I think, small version. I don't like the size of this. It's minuscule. I would use it for a project bag, but I'd be afraid that things are gonna fall out because it's a granny square. This is not big enough for a market bag unless you're buying like 2 things. But I do like it. I like the way it turned out. It is cute. I do want to make another one of these, but make the large size. So, yep, that one turned out well. All right, my next finish, we'll go with this one. So this is the Solig dress by Friday Pattern Company. This one reminds me very heavily of that really viral dress that was going around TikTok and Instagram Reels not too long ago. So as soon as I saw this, I bought it and had to do it. I made this out of a linen fabric. It is a very, very teal. I made this out of a linen fabric. Again, I will be inserting video. And so, like I said, I am pear-shaped. Dang it, hang on. Okay, I apologize, I had to sneeze again. So, like I said, I am pear-shaped, and this is not a fault of the pattern. I love this pattern on other people. I love this pattern on the website. I've seen this on all different body types on Instagram. But for me and my personal body issues, looks like I'm wearing a damn tent. A teal tent. And I don't love it. So I don't think I will ever wear this just as the dress. I will insert video of me wearing it just as the dress. I think it definitely needs a belt or a corset to kind of break up the tent vibes and give me a little bit more shape, so I'm not shaped like a tent. So yeah, I do really like this one. It is so cute, and like I said, it is 100% a me issue, not anything to do with the pattern. The pattern's awesome. I love Paradise Patterns. I actually am working on 2 of 1 pattern, which is free. These will be in the next podcast episode. And I'm making 2 tops out of it, and then I have other patterns out of hers ready to go. Any modifications that I made to this, I do think I accidentally shortened the straps. I hate turning straps, spaghetti straps. So there's a chance that I kind of accidentally put a hole in one of my straps. Oops. So, yeah, I had to shorten my straps. It's fine, not a big deal. Again, I will show this on its own and then show it kind of style to, well, better, what I think better looks better on me. So yeah, and I did the version with the built-in bra and the elasticated back. There is also a version where I think it ties in the back, and then it's got slits on both legs. Again, not the pattern. I love the pattern. It's all me. Okay, my next pattern is the Winslow Culottes by Helen's Closet, except for they are shorts. I did the shorts version. I really like these, but I do have, again, this is body issue with me. I do have a bit of a tummy. That's from being pregnant twice and liking food and hating doing sit-ups and stuff. So I do have a bit of a tummy. But so the pleats kind of sit weird, and this is like a high-waisted project, which again, that is all me. I opted for the size 20 for the body, and then I graded to the size 18 for the waist. I could have probably graded to the size 16 for the waist. So these are a little bit looser on the waist, which is fine. It's fine for tucking stuff in. These have pockets, and I do like them. They're very cute. They're very fun. They have a back zip. It's just, again, body image issues. Again, it's 100% me. It is not the pattern, and I've seen these on all body shapes. They look amazing, but sometimes I don't like myself in my clothing, which, that's a me thing. Oh well. Okay. Next project is another crochet market bag. This one is, I don't think did I not weave in the ends? Oops. I did not weave in the ends. It still counts as a finish. I will weave in the ends eventually. So this is crochet market bag with a V-stitch, no pattern. I just did a round base, increased for the round, and then when I was ready to turn it into a market bag, like actually make it a bag, I switched to the V-stitch and stopped increasing. So I did this with, I think this is Lily Sugar and Cream, I'm pretty sure, in different colors. And then I just did the V-stitch until it was big enough, and then added some single crochets for the band and the strap. I really love the way this one turned out. This is more the size of the market bags that I like. So I will definitely be using this one a lot. Again, there's no pattern. I think you can find, like if you Google or Pinterest V-stitch market bag, I'm pretty sure you could find like 8 of them. Crocheting for me is really easy. Once I know a stitch, I just do it and do it the way I want. That's that one. Okay, I'm trying to move semi-quickly because I have so many things to talk about, but also try to give you all the information. Okay, so my next project is another teal monstrosity. This one's a little bit lighter than this is the Solig dress. Sorry, it's underneath the stuff. So this one's a little bit lighter of a teal. This is the Sandra skirt by Sid Graham. It has pockets. This one is a 8 panel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. 10. No, it's a 10 panel skirt. And it's in the shape of A-line. Again, I will insert pictures and video of me wearing them. I have some threads that I still need to kind of brush off. I put the elastic band in, and the elastic that I had sucked to the point that as soon as I put it in and put it over my hips and stretched it out to put it over my hips, it wouldn't elastic back. So I'm pretty sure I thrifted that elastic, so I think it was just really old. So I had to seam rip. I had to seam rip, take the elastic out, put a new elastic in. And I really like this skirt. It's fun, it's long, it's flowy, it's fun. I know I said that already. I do want to do the Sandra skirt that has the godets in it. I think that one would be extra flowy and fun, but this is a really thick linen. It's just like this one. Actually, it's thicker than my Solig dress, which makes it kind of heavy, but it's all right. It's just, this isn't going to be a summer skirt. This will be more of a winter skirt because it is so much thicker. I haven't been talking about the fabric. The Solig dress, like I said, is linen, thrifted. The Winslow culottes, this is, I don't know what kind of fabric it is. It was in the 2 big tubs of fashion fabric that I got at an estate sale. Linen, also thrifted. We don't really have, again, like I said, we have one local fabric store that sells fashion fabric, some fashion fabric, and then Michael's that sells a little bit, but I thrift most of my fabric. A lot of my stuff comes from Value Village, some from Goodwill. Goodwill's really freaking expensive, but yeah, I thrifted. I buy estate sale stuff too. So if I don't mention the fabric, just assume that I got it in an estate sale or Value Village. So, okay, my next two are, this is actually 2 projects on one hanger. I'll take this one off. I'll show this one first. So this is the workwear tank by the Sample Room. So I did a whole vlog on this, which was the last video that I posted. And the Sample Room posted an Instagram video saying that if you bought one of their patterns, sewed it in the month of May using thrifted fabric, they would refund your pattern money. So you get a free pattern, you get some fun stuff, and it's a nice fun challenge, which again, as somebody that thrifts a lot, this was like made for me. So I found this 100% cotton, nope, not a sheet. I thought it was a sheet in the video until I realized it was a curtain. This 100% curtain, oh my God. This 100% cotton curtain, that's too much for my brain. I got this at Value Village. I think I paid like maybe $6, and I have enough to probably make a pair of shorts, like short shorts. It's not enough to do long shorts, but it's fine. And I love this. I love the way it turned out. I love that the flowers kind of look like watercolor flowers. I've been doing watercolor paintings, so that reminds me of watercolor. And I actually wore this to the art supply store with a black long sleeve underneath because it's very much not summer here in Alaska yet. So, workwear tank. I did the size extra large for this one. I was not 100% sure on my size, so I did the extra large, which fits me. It's a little baggy, it's fine, but I love this one. I also did the version with the lining. So this has a lining on the inside, and I absolutely love it. If it actually, the sample room shared my photo on their Instagram. She posted an Instagram, I think yesterday or the day before, saying you still have time to get a free pattern and do the challenge. But yes, I love this one. I will insert a video. I was talking during that video because it was the wrap-up video, but I will mute it. But if you see my voice moving, or my mouth moving, that's why. I'm not gonna refilm this video. I have enough outfits to share on the to actually film. I apologize if you can hear the vacuum. Within an apartment, the cleaners, is that what they're called? I don't know. They're cleaning the hallway areas, so they're vacuuming. So if you hear it, that's why. So then as soon as I finished this one, I immediately started this one. It's the same exact pattern, except for this is the version that does not have a lining, but has bias tape. So I was wearing a pair of jeans in the vlog where I made this. I wore them when I went thrifting that day. I put all of the thrifted fabrics and the clothes that I had gotten in the wash, came up, sat down on the couch, and I heard rip. My thighs ate another pair of jeans, and they were a pair of jeans that I had thrifted and I had already mended in the past. So these are well-loved, well-worn ones. The rip was like that long, and it was all across my thigh, and it was to the point where the fabric, I could have probably fixed them, but I had an idea, so I decided not to. I cut up the pants. I also cut up another pair of pants that were thrifted, and another ones that my thighs ate. I have thick thighs, and they like to eat my jeans, which is why I know how to mend jeans. And then when they eat through to the point that I'm not mending it anymore, I keep them. And so yes, this was the pair, this lighter blue was the pair that I wore thrifting, and then this darker gray blue was my thighs had eaten through months ago. So they've been sitting in my scrap pile. So I decided to make another one. So after making, I just realized that's the back of the pattern. This is the front of the thing. After making this one and seeing that the extra large was baggy on me, I opted to make the large. Really love the fit of this. Again, I used the bias tape version because I had to patchwork this fabric together and it took forever. Plus I was serging all of the seams to make sure that there was no fraying. It took forever. I was not about to patchwork more together to get the lining. So I opted for bias tape. I didn't make my bias tape. I just used store-bought bias tape. I bought it at Joann's years and years ago. I have a ton of bias tape. But I love the way this turned out. So it is a little ripply right here at the center seam. This fabric is stretchy. I didn't realize the denim was a little bit stretchy. This is not. So it got stretched a little bit in sewing. That was a me problem, but I don't care about the rippling. I love this. I love that, you know, they're well-loved jeans that are now a top. And like I said, I patchwork to get it together. I use different sizes. And I love it. The darts are a little baggy, but that's just a product of the denim. I did kind of trim down the darts on the inside. I don't normally trim my darts. I decided to do it on these because it was a little too bulky in the center. I love this. I have not worn it. I did try it on when I finished it, but I haven't worn it since I finished it because I just finished it last week and I haven't had a occasion to wear it. Also, like I said, it's not summer here. It's barely even spring. We're just now starting to get leaves on their trees because we finally got some sun, but it's rainy. So very rainy and cold and gross. Sorry, I'm itching. Having an allergic reaction to something. I have contact allergies to something, and I think I leaned up against my car after taking the kiddo to school. And I think it was pollen or something. I don't know, but I have a rash on my arm because of it. Anyways, I only have one more finish to show. Yay! So, I was going to say I didn't talk about the fabric for those two projects. Yes, I did. It's kind of the whole point. So my next finish, which is my last finish, is the Lane Pants by Sydney Graham. Same as the Sandra skirt. So this was a test pattern. I have problems with pants. Again, this is a body image thing. Because I have a tummy, I have issues with pants fitting. So I decided to make a test version. I hate making muslins. Let me just tell you that right now. I don't like making muslins. I know there's a point to it, and I will do it occasionally if I'm like drafting a pattern, but I'm not gonna, no. I don't ever know what to do with the fabric afterwards, and it's a waste of my time, and I want a finished project now. I do not have the patience to do muslins. So, for these ones, I picked a thrifted fabric from my, I picked a thrifted fabric from my stash. This is a 100% cotton bed sheet. And I did it. So I did these. So I didn't do the drawstring, and I didn't do the cargo pockets just because this was a test. It was just to make sure that the pattern fit me, that I liked the way it sat on me, that I was okay with the sizing, all that. I did do the main pockets because why the hell wouldn't I? Pockets are important. My phone fits. These are, okay. Let me just say, okay, that's the very bottom of the, you know, the pocket. So the pocket starts up here. This is the very bottom. My hand goes all the way in. I love how big these pockets are. They fit my phone plus whatever else I want. And I have, you know, an iPhone something that's big. So turns out pattern was perfect. Sizing was perfect. I love the way these fit. I actually worn these. I think I worn them the day after. They're amazingly comfortable. I I made these to be a around the house PJ pants style. Honestly, they are a very bright pink. They're a very bright print. There's a lot going on. But with like a black top, I will wear these out. I don't care. Only problem with these, I wanted them longer than the pattern. I should have listened to Sydney. She knows what she's doing. So I only did a 3-inch cuff, I think. Whatever she calls for in the pattern, I did 1 inch less. That was a mistake. I will have to go back and rehem these. I was walking down the stairs and almost died because they're just a little bit too long. I should have listened to Sydney. Sydney knows what she's doing. But I love these. I actually have another pair that is going, which is the pair that I originally wanted. They're a black linen pair. They're not done because I got distracted. All they need is the waistband and to be hemmed. So I'll get there. But they're a black pair with a pop of color because I used a different linen for the pockets. So you can kind of see, right, it's hard to see, but this is the pocket right here. This is the inside of the pocket. So you get you see just a peak of the pocket fabric. I used a fun little other color, and then I'm doing the drawstring in that color as well. And I also did the cargo pockets, which I freaking love. That is the first time I've sewn cargo pockets, and she makes it really easy to know how to do those, because she's got the written pattern, but she has video tutorial, which the workwear tank, the sample room, also has video tutorials, which I love. Video tutorial. I love video tutorials because I don't read patterns. I skim patterns and I make mistakes because I do that. So somebody telling me what to do in a video, way better for me. Okay. Oh my God, we are so far into this video. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna move my whips and then we'll get going, and I'm gonna try to zoom through them. Okay. All right, we are going to try to go quickly through these. Bless you. You okay? Don't lick me. Gross. Okay, so this pattern, this is a cross stitch whip. This is the only other cross stitch whip that I worked on. I got this pattern in a kit in Michigan in, I think, 2017. And it is the Mackinac Point Lighthouse. We went to this lighthouse in 2017. We went again last summer, which we actually got to go in this time. In 2017, when we went, they were renovating, so we didn't go in. We went in last summer, and I picked this back up because I had started it in 2017. I decided to pick it up because it is one of those that needs to be done because it's been so close, and I am nearly done with the actual cross stitches. I have one more cloud to do, and then all of the green grass, whoops, the green grass underneath, and then I have so much back stitching. There's stuff backstitched in the lighthouse. There's all that's backstitched. The Mackinac bridge is all backstitched. Then the wording's backstitched. The birds are backstitched. It's gonna take a while of just backstitching, but I've gotten quite a bit done. I'm happy with it. I have not touched cross stitching in probably 2 or 3 weeks, so I'll get there. Okay, another project that I picked up is a It's another WIP that's been sitting in my WIP pile for a while. I decided to pick it up and get some work done on it. This is the Firth sweater from Sydney. Nope. What? Rebecca Clow. I almost said Sydney Graham. Sydney doesn't, I mean, she knits, but she doesn't make knitting pattern. Rebecca Clow from Crayabea. So I had the body done when I picked it up. So I picked up the stitches for the sleeve, and I am mostly through the sleeve. I have, I think, like an inch of ribbing left to do. It's actually probably not even a whole inch. I am using Wool Ease by Lion Brand in the color Natural Heather. This is how much I have left. It's going to be enough to finish the sleeve and get started on the next sleeve, and then I'm out of yarn. And this particular shade, they don't sell at my Michaels. I bought this on Amazon. So, and I only bought 3. I can only buy them on Amazon in 3 packs. I bought 3 and it's not gonna be enough. So I'm gonna have to buy another pack of 3, which is fine. I'll use it for, you know, the extras for something else. But I am in a no buy. If you saw I posted a couple weeks ago. That was a big stretch. Are you done stretching? That was a big stretch. Bless you. Bless you. If you watched, you can't get through there, baby. There, I got a pile of stuff. Can you wait? Can you wait? Because you're not going to be able to, if I put you over the, ow! If I put you over the pile, you won't be able to get back. Stay here and lay down. Okay, what I was saying is, if you watched my video a couple weeks ago, I did it was local yarn store day. I went to ours, bought yarn, and that was the last time I will be buying yarn until July. So this one is, when I realized I wasn't gonna have enough yarn, I kind of stalled out on it and stopped working on it. So that's me. Plus I've got 2 test knits that I'm currently working on. So, but I am saving my yarn buying for special occasions at the moment because I have so much yarn and I need to be good. So local yarn store day was an exception. When we went to Seward a couple weekends back, that was an exception. I only got a couple of skeins of yarn at they have a local book and yarn store, which I love. I got some skeins there, and then I won't be buying yarn until July because we're going to Michigan in July. Did you just jump off the arm of the couch? Swear to God, we do everything to help sausage dogs' backs, and yet, yay. Anyways, so I won't be buying the yarn for this for a little bit. I will get there. So the Firth it's a pretty basic cardigan or sweater, except for the rib section under the arms, and I did the optional bust shaping because I do have a larger bust, so I decided to try the bust shaping. But I will get back to this eventually. For now, it's just sitting in my WIP pile. I haven't been working on it recently. I will probably get back to it soon, but like I said, I have 2 test knits that I'm currently working on. So, test knit number 1 is the Lacy Days sweater. This is a test knit for Daphne Knits. I'm doing it in black, and which is going to make it hard to see the pattern. Turn it to the back. There you go. You can kind of see the pattern. There is a lotus stitch separated by columns of eyelets. There you go. You can kind of see the pattern. I am working on the body. I I'm cropping it. She has it pretty long, but again, I wear high-waisted pants and everything, so I'm going to be cropping this pattern to hit like right where my jeans do, which is really high. So I've already talked to her about if it's okay to crop it, which it's normally I would just crop a sweater, but since this is a test knit, I did ask. But I am loving this, and but the only thing is it's made with Shimaninos and basically light fingering / lace weight yarn, which so it's taking its time. Plus the pattern, especially when I was increasing and getting used to the pattern, it took a little bit of extra brain power. So it's a slower knit for me, but I'm loving it. I am using, so I went to our newest local yarn store in the Round Fibers, and I asked for help picking yarn, and she suggested Isager Alpaca 2, which is a light fingering weight. This is a 50% alpaca, 50% wool, which for a summer top, it's a warm fiber, but I live in Alaska, so it's fine. So, and then I chose black, and I am so glad I did. It's a chore. It's a little bit harder to knit because it is lace work in black. It is harder to see. I have a big lamp sitting above me when I knit, and I definitely need it for this, but I am loving it. And my goal is to have this done by the end of May. So I have about a week and a half left. I'm taking this one on vacation with me. It's going to get done. Okay, so my next test knit is the Cheshire Cat sweater by Stitch and Witch Jen from Jen from Stitch and Witch. She's on Instagram, and it's the Cheshire Cat. I have only done a little bit of the collar. I was trying to do both of these patterns at the same time, but it was just, my brain wasn't handling it. This one's not due until July, so I decided to put this one on hold and work on my Lacy Days. As soon as my Lacy Days is done, this will be my priority. It will be done quickly because this is done with DK weight yarn on still smaller needles, but they're bigger than the Lacy Days vest, so I still have plenty of time. It is a intricate pattern. There are cabled stitches. Well, I mean, they're not really cabled. You do them without a cable needle, but they're crossed stitches. There's also these little faux cable things, so it's gorgeous. I love it. This yarn is, I got this at the same store that I got the Isager. I actually got it on the same day. I had a different yarn picked out, and then I saw this one, and I'm like, oh my god, I love it. So this is Factory Girl yarns, and this is the Blueprint DK base, which is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, in the color Desert Lilac. So pretty. And it's so soft. There's a cashmere in it. It's just, you know? Do you ever just, I love it. So yes, once my Lacy Days is done, this is my priority. I am going to take this with me on vacation because maybe, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. There's no way. Okay, we're going to be gone from Friday to Tuesday, but no, I'm not taking this with me. This one's going to stay here, and I will get, hopefully by the time we get back, I will have my Lacy Days either almost done or close. That was the Cheshire Cat. I hope I said that. Sweater pattern. She is doing a Alice in Wonderland themed pattern book with a bunch of patterns. I have done 2 patterns for her from that, I did Build a Lizard, which was a hat. And then I did Down the Rabbit Hole, which were lace mitts. Love them. Okay. So, when we went up to Denali a couple weeks back, I needed a simple knit to knit in the car because, no. So, I casted on the Outline Tank by Jessie May Designs. It's going to be really hard to show because I have it. So, I have separated the front and the back. I've finished the front. This is the Outline Tank, and you knit it. This is what it looks like as you're knitting it. This is the back panel, which I have done, and I've separated the two fronts and the back panel. So I'm working on the two triangles, but it looks like this as you're knitting it. And then at the very, 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 very end, when you get up here, the last row you do is knit so many, drop a stitch, knit so many, drop a stitch. You're willingly dropping stitches, which never done that on purpose, but I love the way that drop stitch patterns look. So this is the front. The stitch goes all the way from the top all the way down the cups, the triangles, and down the front, and makes this gorgeous design. I am using Isager Maryland, I think is how you say that, Maryland. It is their merino, 80% merino, 20% linen yarn, which I decided to try for as a like summer yarn for Alaska summer, not anywhere else. What was this? I have, in the very beginning when I introduced myself again, I said I have anxiety and depression. I am on SSRIs. SSRIs cause heat intolerance. I die in the summer. And we are going to Michigan in July. I am swinging this around. We're going to Michigan in July. I will not be bringing this because it's going to be way too freaking hot and humid in Michigan. Ugh. But for Alaska summers, this is perfect. And I decided I wanted to try it. I love this yarn so much that for local yarn store day, I bought more. Sorry, I have hiccups. I bought more. So there will be another top coming with this yarn. I really like the way it works. The only problem that I'm having, which is normally would not be a problem, is this yarn is sticky, which is great for regular knitting. But then when you you're doing a detail where you purposely have to drop a stitch, I had to go through with a knitting needle and kind of flick. It's not, it's not like you can unzip it. Like if you just pull, it'll go down because it's not smooth yarn. It's sticky. It unfortunately sticks a little bit, which is really not a problem normally. And it's not really that much of a problem. I just had to do a little bit of extra work to drop the stitch, which is fine with me. I'd rather a sticky yarn so that if I accidentally drop a stitch, I don't scream and cry. Okay, last pattern is a crochet pattern. I forgot to look at the name of this. I will put in a photo with the name. This is a crochet top that I found on Pinterest, and it's a free pattern. You can also pay for the pattern on Ravelry if you want to get the ad-free PDF. And the dog's trying to get back over. Hold, please. Okay, I had to help her get over the pile of finishes. What was I saying? Oh, this is a free pattern on her blog. You have to, if you want it, PDF version, you have to get it on Ravelry or Etsy. this is the pattern. It is just a really lacy, flowy tank top. It's supposed to be kind of oversized. It'll be great for summer, obviously. I showed my son this and he goes, but there's gonna be nip slips. And I'm like, no, there isn't, dude. It's called a bra. But I will probably wear a tank top underneath of this, or a sports bra like this one, except for, you know, in a different color, because these two would clash. But I'm not gonna wear this out without anything on underneath. I don't know why he expected me. I don't know. Sometimes he doesn't use his brain. I mean, don't we all? But this is a super fun pattern. You start with the front and do this part to here. Actually, no, I think you do it to here. I don't remember. And then you connect it, the front and the back. You do the front, the back, and then you connect it in the round, and then you start this fun shell lace stitch, which is just a shell with double crochets in between and chains. I did put the straps on, even though the straps are supposed to be the last thing you do. I put them on because I wanted to see for length, which probably not going to get a choice on the length. I'll explain in a minute. Something else I did is, after putting the straps on, I went and did just a simple slip stitch across just to finish it off. Also less ends because I didn't have to cut my yarn after each strap. So I've been working on this. The yarn is, I went to Walmart last weekend, I think, for peaches, no, is it peaches and cream or Lily sugar and cream? I don't remember which one Walmart carries. I went to look for that because I've been wanting to do more of the market bags, and I saw this yarn. This is a super soft cotton, 100% cotton yarn. It is the Mainstay brand, so just the Walmart brand. It's 100% cotton. It's super soft. I decided I wanted to try it, so I got 4 skeins. I got 2 of this lime green color, which it is called lime green. I also got some white. And yeah, out of the 2 skeins, I have this much left. So I think I'm just gonna go until I run out, and then that'll be the top. So I guess I didn't have to do the straps, but also doing the straps means that I can just crochet until it's done. So eventually this will be done. It will look cute. It will need a block, but right now, not being on, it kind of looks like a frilly mess. But all right, that's it. That's all of my finishes, all of my I'm tired. All of my whips. I definitely need to film these more often so that I don't have to sit for this long to film. Also, this is going to be so much fun to edit. Again, I will edit it when we get back next week, so this isn't going to go up until the end of next week, which is fine. By the time you're seeing it, it'll be online. So anyways, I'm going to go because this video is long enough as it is. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more of my makes, you can subscribe to follow along on my chaos creating journey. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.